welcome back to Hopeful Happenings. If you're new here, please click that red button below to subscribe. We're going to talk today about lengthening your novel. So here we go, 10 tips to lengthen your novel. We recently talked about how to shorten your novel if it's going over your word count, but this time we're going to talk about how to lengthen your novel if you're falling short of the minimum word count. It's important to remember that falling in between the minimum and maximum word count will help you get an agent and help you get published in the future. If you're too low or if you're too high, then you won't be able to market your book. So my first suggestion for how to lengthen your novel is to add subplots. Number 2, turn summary into scene, just as long as every scene that you have advances the plot. Number 3, add more sensory details on every single page. Use the 5 senses. Number 4, go through your manuscript scene by scene and ask yourself if you're answering these 5 questions. Who, what, where, when, why. The last thing that you want to do is confuse your reader. Confusion leads to disinterest, and disinterest leads to putting down the book, which is something we do not want. Make sure you are giving your reader the details they need to be invested in your story. Number 5, enhance character emotions. You want the reader to feel a connection with your character. If they don't feel a connection, they won't care about the story. Show us how the character feels through their facial expressions, through their tone of voice, through their actions with other people, and with their actions when they're alone. Don't be skimpy on details that will help the reader root for your character. Number 7, add more character description during dialogue. Where are they standing? How are they standing? That's the kind of thing that can really beef up your dialogue. Number 8, add backstory. Now make sure that you're only adding backstory if it can advance the plot. Number 9, enhance setting description. Now normally we don't want to add more than 3 sentences of straight setting description at a time, but there are ways to jump through the hoops. You can do this by giving facts or backstory about the setting. For example, if I'm going to talk about the crunchy white snow that my character is walking through, then perhaps I want to consider expanding on what would happen if they were in the snow too long. For example, they could get cold feet, numb feet, they could get frostbite, they could lose their toes. Try to pick details that will put the reader on the edge of their seat. Number 10, enhance character description. Just as with setting, you can go on tangents just as long as every tangent that you go on still advances the plot and doesn't take us too far away from the main plot. Bonus tip! Give your manuscript to a beta reader and tell them to highlight anything that doesn't make sense or anything that wasn't resolved. Those are the areas you want to pay attention to and expand on. There you have it. That's 10 tips on how to lengthen your novel. Good luck! Happy writing!